Hello and welcome to On the Hook Crochet, where I talk about wearable crochet style. And let's see what's been on the hook. First of all, I want to talk about a project that I have finished, and it didn't take me all that long to do. And I'm going to let Crystal model it for me because I'm not ready to wear a tank top yet. Actually, I put a long sleeve shirt on Crystal because she has red skin, and I'm going to have to do something about that, I think, to make her look more regular. And I'll probably cover her up with some kind of a, lighter color or different color, because it's a little distracting to see the red neck. But that's okay. She is a mannequin, and I don't want to hurt her feelings or anything. So I may work on Crystal in the next week or two and get her a little bit more up to speed, and then she can model more of the clothes that I finish. And second, I wanted to talk about an acquisition that I made and some plans for that acquisition. So without further ado, let's look at Crystal and let her model my new finished object, the Joni Topper by Sorella. Here she comes. Here's Crystal modeling the new Joni Topper that I finished. I made it in the Comfy Cotton Blend yarn from Lion Brand. And this is what it looks like in the store, and I have seen these in the stores, so you can find this probably at Joann's. I think that's where I saw it, and they had maybe 3 or 4 different types. I ordered this on the Lion Brand site, and because I wanted the whipped cream color, but I think I saw the tweed color in Joann's. And on the label it shows a girl wearing a scarf out of the tweed, and I really like that. I might pick some of that up next time I'm at Joann's. I might pick one of these cakes up and make a scarf with it. This is very, very soft. I know I've talked about this before, and I'm going to link a video down there when where I talked about the original plan to make this Joni Topper, and I wanted to draw your attention to that because I talked at length about the yarn. But I will repeat, it's very, very soft, and because it's soft, they did not wind the thread very tightly. So if you remember from my video, I noticed that using this yarn, and I love it dearly, but using this yarn causes a little bit of splittage. Now, because I was using a large hook and I wasn't doing something very, very detailed, then the yarn splitting didn't make any difference to me. And you can barely see it on the finished object, and I'll show you a little of that in a minute. But I wanted to talk about the yarn because I know that Ashley Kaiser, who owns the Sorella site, made this topper in the tweed Comfy Cotton Blend, and this is a picture of how it looked when she got finished with it. So it's real cute and everything, and the tweed may be a better look than this. This is a little bit plain. I mean, I'll probably wear it with maybe a striped tank top or something like that. So let's talk about what this looks like and how it turned out. I really, really like it. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful vest. I like the stitches because they were very simple. There was a 2-row repeat, and that's all, just kind of a lacy row and then a solid double crochet. So it was very, very easy to make. Even though it might look like it, there are no increases or decreases in this pattern. When Ashley Kaiser creates a pattern, it is awesome. It is just awesome because she puts detail on here, and I'll show you some detail in just a second. But the way this appears on the sides, turn around, Crystal. The way this appears on the side, it looks like you've increased and decreased, but honestly, you haven't. So it's very easy for a beginner to do. Now, I like the length of it. It's a little bit long on me, but then I'm a very short person. And on Ashley, it came down about mid-hip, And on me, it's a little bit lower than that because I am short. I don't think Ashley's that short. So that's how it turned out. And I did put 2 rows of single crochet edging on it because I wanted a little bit more of a definitive edge. So I put 2 rows of single crochet along all of the edges, and Ashley called for 1. So that's the only change I made there. She also calls for fringe around the bottom. Every 5th stitch, she puts an 8-piece of fringe, 8 inches long, folded over in half. So they're a little bit fat fringes. They're cute. Everything's really cute there, but I just really didn't want the fringe. I'm not a huge fan of fringe. I just like things a little bit neater on the edge. So I put the 2 rows of single crochet around the bottom, and that's how I finished it off. I did not use the fringe. Now let's talk about the back, because this is where the interest lies. This is the back of the vest. I'm trying to get a good picture there. And if you'll notice, this is made in 1 piece, and then these 2 fronts attach right here. If you can see that, they're sewn on at the top. So the interest lies in the back with this cutout right here. But honestly, there are no increases or decreases. And to look at the pattern, you would think, oh man, look at all those increases and decreases. But there are none. So it's very easy to make. And here you can see the 2 rows of single crochet along the bottom that I put in there. So I wanted to show you this. I'm very pleased with it. I think it looks really cute, and I'll probably wear it in a future video. But what I wanted to show, and I don't know if, excuse me, Crystal, take this off just for a second. Let's take it off. And I wanted to show you how this kind of split. And it's not a big deal, but I wanted to show you that in case you bought the comfy cotton and you were surprised about it. You probably wouldn't be because I've talked about it enough, but there's an example right there of the splitting of the thread. It's not terrible. See how it does? It's loose because it's soft, or maybe that's the chicken and the egg. It might be soft because it's loose. I don't know, loosely woven. But I do like it. I think it turned out really nicely. And let me just give you, so I'm going to give you a close-up of how this looks. See? I think I've already done this once, but I just wanted to show you how that looks up close. It's very neatly done, and I really, really, really like it. I really like it. I'm glad I finished it, and I'm glad I was able to show it to y'all, and maybe you'll take a shot at it. I do like it in the Comfy Cotton Blend, though. That's the only yarn I've tried it in, so I would probably use that again if I was making it again, but I won't. I think I'm going to move on. So the second thing I wanted to talk about today are acquisitions, and I'm forever getting yarn in the mail because I order it on sale and I just can't resist. So I usually have a plan, and I do have a plan for this. This is some more Cotton on Denim by James Brett, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The color is CO24, which again, I can't believe they don't name their colors, but this is beautiful. This is a lavender and white mix. It looks like it might be a tad bit stripy, so I haven't done my sample swatch yet, but I wanted you to see this because it is so soft. And it's, if you remember the sweater that I made when I first started doing my YouTube channel, I made a sweater in blue, I believe it was. It was very similar to this, but it was blue, and I really, really like that sweater. One thing about the sweater, and I will tell you this, the sweater is a lovely sweater, but it stretches. And the problem with that, I didn't realize it, but I hung it up in my closet, where I like everything hung up in my closet so I can see what I have. I don't really like things folded, but I hung it up in my closet, and it stretched over time. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to wash it gently in some woolite or something, and I'm going to block it, and then I'm going to fold it and wear it and fold it and wear it. I'm not going to hang it up anymore because cotton thread tends to stretch, and when you make an article out of a large stitch, like a half double crochet or a double crochet, it really tends to stretch. Now a single crochet, if you use that for the whole project, it probably wouldn't stretch nearly as much as an open weave article that you might create out of a double crochet or half double crochet. So I'm going to do that, and I'll let you know how that works out because I spent a lot of time on that sweater and I really like it. But when I put it on the last time, I noticed that the neck had stretched a little bit, and then the sleeves were too long because the neck had stretched out. So all that will take is just a little blocking, and I think I'll be good to go with that. So I wanted to show you this acquisition though, because this is the same yarn, so I won't be hanging this up. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a tank top. And I've already got a plan on how to do it. I think I know how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make it very easy. And when I start producing patterns, I will put it in the mix, and I'm going to, of course, I have to figure out different sizes and stuff. But to make the initial object, I need to work on it and rip it out and write it down and all that. So that's going to take me some time. But my plan is to make a tank top out of this yarn and maybe a single crochet, which I'm not real excited about, maybe a half double. I don't know. I'd like to be able to wear it without something under it because it will be a tank top. So I'll probably do that. Now, I'm also working on a summertime sweater. I call it the Picnictime sweater. This is just a cute name. But I'm almost done with it. And I'll come back later this week and I'll show you that finished object and go over about how I came up with the pattern and how I did it. So that'll kind of give you an idea of where I'm going with my pattern offerings, because this time of year especially, it's great to make things, but you don't want to make them too heavy or too, with long sleeves. You want to make it easy, and sleeveless and short sleeve, elbow sleeve, those are the types of things that I like to wear. And I usually wear a jacket like this over them. And actually, I was looking at this morning. I thought, if I had a tank top made out of that, look at that, it's so perfect. So I'll probably be working on that this afternoon. So I hope you'll join me next time to find out what's on the hook.